Jerry. Oi. Half frame cameras, Jerry. Film's becoming quite expensive these days if you shoot a lot. If you're a casual shooter, it's not that bad actually. You can buy it in bulk and you can store it in a fridge, really. That's what I do. But an alternative to saving money with when buying film is to buy a half frame camera. So these were popular in the 60s and the 70s. Half frame cameras, what they did was they split the 35 millimeter negative, the frame, into half. So effectively, it's like it's giving you a 3:4 ratio portrait photo. If you flip the camera into portrait mode, it became a landscape photo. So it's a bit weird. It's quite confusing actually. Hey Jerry, it's very confusing, Mama. Yes, I know it's confusing. So that's your portrait photo, and that's your landscape photo. Yeah, very confusing. So that's because it's taking that. Oh, Jerry, it's taking the square, the 35 millimeter, and it's putting it in half. So when the film advances, well, it doesn't work like that. It just has like it has a some template over it there. You see that? It's got like that's the normal frame, but then it's half. It's got like a template over it which hides the light from hitting the film. So you only get half of the negative. Anyway, thus what that really is doing then is doubling the amount of photos you can get from one roll of film. Now, another cool thing you can do easily with these half frame cameras is its ability to take dick pic photos. Sorry, diptych photos. Jerry, I made a funny joke, Jerry. That diptych photos, that's when you put two photos together, side by side. It kind of like tells a story. So it's a great, creative way to explore the subject matter, and it fits perfectly inside that 35 millimeter frame, side by side. So like when you're scanning the negative, you're going to get two photos that you're intentionally taking to match, like it's a bit of a creative thing. So I'll take like a photo of a light bulb on, then I'll take a photo of a light bulb off, and they're all in the same frame, and it gives you that. It's just like a creative thing. Diptych, not the other word. Hey, Jerry. Now, if you're looking into half frame cameras, the easiest way really is to buy that new Kodak Ektar H35. It's a cheap point and shoot half frame camera that they released recently, but it's got a plastic lens though. But it looks alright. It looks pretty cool and retro. I don't mind it actually. And the benefit of getting that over like one of these is that it's going to work. Now I only say that because this bloody doesn't work. Now that's a problem when you buy shit on eBay. Now, if you want to up your game from that plastic point and shoot ones that you can get on Amazon, it's best to get one of these, like I said, but make sure it's reputable, because these have got proper glass, not plastic lenses, and they're just they're proper cameras from the 60s and the 70s, and they allow you to focus. Because some of them have interchangeable lenses, like the Pen F. That has interchangeable lenses, and that allows you to focus. Whereas opposed, these ones are actually zone focusing. So some of the better ones out there to look out for are the Canon Demi, the Yashica. They make a fair few half frames, but I think the most popular one really is the Pen series from Olympus. There are even some full frame ones that I researched that were made into half frame cameras, albeit they were made in limited production. That's why they're so bloody rare. Like the Nikon FM2, or Nikon, as I say. Hey Jerry, Nikon, not Nikon. I believe the police, that's the FM2, they used to use them for mugshots. I guess because it's perfect mugshot, ratio. So if you ever see a Nikon FM2 in a thrift store, I seriously open up the back and check if it's a half frame, because it could be worth something. Another one that I researched was if you can find one from Konica called Auto Reflex from Konica, the Konica brand. That one you could actually shoot a full frame and a half frame just by flipping a switch. I can only imagine, hey Jerry, what the guy down at the lab, when he has to bloody scan it, he'd be like, where the hell's is this full or is this half? Anyway. For me, really, you can't go past the Pen series from Olympus for the half frames. They pretty much dominated the market and are one of the most stocked on eBay. If you do an eBay search for half frame, 95% of them are all bloody Olympus, and which is good because they're probably the better ones out there anyway. I think Olympus kind of pioneered it or invented it. I think with the Pen F. Now you've got the original fully manual Pen Fs, all the way to the auto electric eyes, which is like these, the EE ones, electric eyes. Basically, all that means it's got the dilithium crystals there, selenium crystals. Now all of them were pretty much just simple point and shoots with zone focusing, just like this one. Except the Pen F. The Pen Fs were SLRs. I think the only SLR half frame with interchangeable lenses. I think they got a massive choice actually, all the way up to 800 millimeters. Can you imagine an 800 millimeters on this? Hey Jerry, bazooka. But the Pen Fs, they're quite pricey. So if you just want to get into it, like I said, the Hector, or get yourself one of the other, not the Pen F, the EE series or the Pen FD series. Anyway, all I know that the Pen Fs, they're bloody expensive. Now, like I said, when buying an old film camera these days that actually works, it throws up a lot of red flags. More red flags than a husband on Married at First Sight, Jerry. Now, fortunately, the Olympus pen cameras, they actually had red flags. You can't really see it there. I've done another video on this camera, all about how it doesn't work. I bought this little beauty a couple of years ago. It's this one, Pen EES2, but it's not working 100%. And what it does is that every time you take a photo, the red flag comes up and it prevents you from doing it. Because that's actually a feature that was built into these things to prevent it from taking under or overexposed photos. It's like I said, hey Scotty, it's not running on full thrusters, but the red flag pops up and stops you from doing it. But I can shoot in manual mode, but that was only ever meant for flash. So really, and what that is it drops it from 1/200 speed down to 1/40 speed. So I could shoot it in manual mode, flash mode, any aperture that I want. So it's fully manual, but I can only shoot it at 1/40 speed. So very limiting. Now I even went to the camera store here in Newtown and I tried to buy an old flash for it. It's any old flash. The guy down the shop said any old flash will work as long as it's got that one little connector, not the ones with 3 connectors. All the old ones only had 1 connector. He tested it out for me and even the bloody flashes didn't work. Hey Jerry, not having any luck with this bloody thing. Not to worry though, I'm going to persist with it. I'll probably have to pick a dark kind of night, a kind of darkish day, like overcast. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be limiting and you might introduce camera shake. I could put it on a tripod maybe. Anyway, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel and look out for that video because it's coming up very soon. Rob and Jerry try out the half frame Pen EES2. So yeah, I'll give it a go, and I'll try and do like a dioptic. You got to be careful, Jerry. We're on YouTube. If you say that word again, and now I'll try the diptych, not dioptic. The diptych photos where side by side, and you get a bit creative with it. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on that video.